You say it doesn't, but there have been compromises of government information.
I'll tell you what.
Are you saying this data is not shared within the government with any other?
It's shared with other government agencies, but it's not, your personal information is extracted by law. We can't share. In fact, this can't even go into court. If I was subpoenaed to talk about you, I couldn't even do that because I'm protected under oath too.
Are you saying this information is not shared with any private enterprises?
This is extracted and statistically.
But it is shared with private enterprises.
No.
That's not what I read today.
No. It's statistically.
I read that there are companies that are involved in this, and this information is being shared with them.
But it's not your personal information.
Yeah. I'm not arguing that this information is not valuable to the government and is helpful in helping the government assess, where they're going to put money.
That's what we're doing.
I don't have any argument with that. What I have an argument with is compelling a particular citizen. What you could do, and the study would be just as valid, is you could put out a flyer to everybody in this building. Let's say you wanted to interview 3 units in this building as part of the statistical sample. You could put those flyers out and you could say, we're doing a survey, here's what's involved. If you feel like you want to participate, then notify me. And oh, by the way, if you do participate, here's a free voucher for, whatever. Okay? That would be much more palatable to people like me, for example, who resent the fact that I get this, and that you call me up and you say, I want to, I'm compelled to answer these questions.
It's not you though. It's an address-based survey. So we're not saying, okay, we're picking you as a preference over this person.
Well, then any unit in this building would do if it's an address-based survey.
No, because it's an address-based survey, and it means that number has been randomly selected.
So randomly select another one.
Well, it's not.
Well, that's what random means. I mean, you just picked out an address out of this building with hundreds of units. Yeah, well.
And you know what? A lot of families appreciate that. For instance, a Korean family would appreciate that because they would like to see maybe some grants that are coming towards their ethnic background, representation of.
You and I could probably, in a different circumstance, go out and have a cup of coffee and have a really interesting political discussion. But let me just say for the record, okay, I don't believe this country is great because of the U.S. government. I believe this country is great because a bunch of very brave, courageous people, okay, came over here and at the risk of losing them, probably knowing that most of them would lose their lives in the 16 and 1700s. And they came here precisely because they lived under systems where the government was saying, wait a second, your last name is such and such, that means you can't get to this position in life because that's reserved for a nobleman, okay? Or you practice this religion, and I see it right here on my survey that you practice this religion, that means that, we're not too crazy about having you around, okay? That's what was going on in England, and that's why those people came over here. Yeah, I know. I'm using that as an example, okay? But there's a lot of information in here. For example, you asked me what color my skin is, okay? What difference does the color of my skin make about anything, okay? Why didn't you ask me what color my eyes are?
Well, the color of your skin is race.
Yeah, I know.
That's your race.
What difference does that make?
And race has been a standard for years.
Why?
Because that's one of the figures they need to know, because maybe there's a certain race that, I don't know. Certainly, all right.
I mean, I went to a country where they were really, they thought the color of your skin was really important. It was South Africa during apartheid. I went there, okay, and I saw what that kind of mentality does to people in the country.
Well, then you're taking that perception in a negative form and applying it to this.
No, I'm not. Whenever anything is race related, it's racist. It's racism. Whether you're advantaging one person or you're disadvantaging somebody else.
I'll tell you what.
Content of character, hard work.
If I were Hawaiian, I would want to know that my group, my community, my Hawaiian people, indigenous to whatever, if it were, I would want to be counted.
As an American. As an American, we're all Americans.
That's your perception again.
Well,
that they should.
That's America's perception. America was founded on America was founded on the principle that we're all equal. Okay.
That's your perception, and that number is included here. And maybe if I were Hawaiian and it came to that question, I'd feel really proud.
Well,
So, you know, there's always a different angle. Let's
yeah.
go through the questions.
Okay.
And you made
Okay.
so now back to color your skin.
Yeah,
What would you like to say?
yeah, I'm declining.
Okay. And your ancestry, your ethnic origin?
I decline.
You know, some of those questions too can help medical. If they find out that there is some sort of genetic thing.
My doctors know. My doctors know what they need to know.
Okay. Just to let you know that there are lots of other areas that may be valuable to that.
By the way, it is a fact that every single American is of African descent, right?
Mm-hmm. But that's, you know, I mean, yes, okay. If that's for real, we're all 21st cousins or whatever.
Well, that's
you
what
know?
science has, that's what genetics has indicated. Genetics.
I mean, you certainly understand that there are some diseases that Eastern Europeans are susceptible to.
Absolutely.
That there are
Absolutely.
some that black people are susceptible to.
Absolutely. Yep. And my health professionals know what my medical proclivities might be.
These questions about your health care and health coverage? No, these are questions, you know, that's a big hot topic government-wise.
Oh, I know.
Right now in this country, it's a big hot topic, so this would give accurate information that would be real time to the Health and Human Services, so they would know how many people are covered on what type of insurance policy.
Yeah,
Who's covered on
the way to fix it, because I'm in the healthcare business, the way to fix it is to get the government out of it.
But you know, we're talking information. We're not talking about the government taking an action. This is the gathering.
Well, before you take an action, you gather information. Otherwise, there's no reason to gather
information. This is
information.
the gathering information.
To take an action.
And there are a lot of people that are strongly pounding on the door of their politicians to say, please take an action.
I
People
understand.
are going broke because of having cancer.
I understand.
So,
most of those people never plan their lives.
But regardless of what you want to blame, we need a solution, and the first step is
but it's not the government. The solution is not the government.
Well, the first step, whether it's the government or whoever, it has to be gathering information and having some informed information to make a better decision.
I think insurance companies have a lot of this information.
Okay.